Disney CEO Bob Iger stated in a report that Disney is going to be slowing down the amount of Star Wars content. In a report, Iger said, "I take the blame. I made the timing decision, and as I look back, I think the mistake that I made was a little too much too fast. You can expect some slowdown, but that doesn't mean we're not going to be making films. J.J. Abrams is busy making Episode 9. We have creative entities, including Game of Thrones directors, who are developing sagas of their own, which we haven't been specific about. And we are just at the point where we're starting to make decisions about what to come next after JJ. But I think we're going to be a little bit more careful about the volume and the timing. And the buck stops here on that. I know a lot of people are freaking out about this, but I see this as a good thing. I feel like a lot of good can come from this. I feel that a slowdown can give creators more time to make the storylines better. Now don't get me wrong, I love both Rogue One and Solo, and I was a fan of The Force Awakens. But I feel that this means that they're going to be putting more time and effort into making the storylines even better. Now, this slowdown does not affect the release dates of all the content that has already been announced, but more on the future of the franchise as a whole. As far as what is to come, I do feel like an Obi-Wan film is very likely to come out. Disney would be stupid to not make the movie, but I am going to make a whole separate video on that later, so I won't go too in depth on that. But there is one part of Iger's statement that I do want to talk a little bit about, and that is the Game of Thrones director's trilogy. As of now, we have very little knowledge about what the trilogy will be about, but I do have a theory. Looking at the type of content the directors have made, it's a bit eerie. Let's look at Game of Thrones. It's a show about war, honor, betrayal. This has led me to believe that their trilogy will be set in the Old Republic era. Now, as far as which battles and characters will be in it, I don't know. One theory that I have talked about a lot with my friends is a Darth Revan trilogy, and I have a theory about how the story could be told. The trilogy's storyline could be based off of the Knights of the Old Republic video game. So to start off with movie 1, it could start off with Revan having his disagreement about the war with the Jedi Council, to then go rogue and take a handful of Jedi to fight in this war, which turns out to be the Mandalorian War. The duration of the first movie would be all-out war between Revan's side and the opposing side, and at the very end we have Revan turn to the dark side and join Malak. The second movie could involve the Jedi searching for Revan as he finds the Starforge, and the movie would be about war, the Jedi against Revan, ending the same way the video game ended, having Bastila Shan board Revan's ship and having her save him as Malak tries to kill Revan by blowing up his own ship. And the third movie could be the same as Knights of the Old Republic 2, having a trooper who is actually Revan remember his past and seeking out to destroy the Starforge following the light side path. And at the very end, having Revan leaving Bastila to search for the rising darkness, which is the Eternal Empire. These 3 movies would be amazing to see on the big screen in live action. Just 3 movies about full-out war between Jedi, Sith, and even having the Mandalorians play their part in the movie. I know this theory is a shot in the dark, probably won't even happen, but you have to agree, a movie, a possibly trilogy set back in the Old Republic era, including Revan, would just be amazing. My theory more than likely isn't true, Revan, whole trilogy, probably not going to happen, but Disney would be crazy to not have a movie set back in the Old Republic. So let me know how you feel about Bob Iger's decision and what you think about my trilogy theory about Revan down in the comments below. But that is all for today's video. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, and as always, may the Force be with you.